Welcome to Can You Imagine What If? The channel where curiosity meets the impossible. What if the Earth stopped spinning? What if animals could talk? What if the sun disappeared? We dive into the most fascinating, mind-bending scenarios and explore the science, history, and imagination behind them. So buckle up, because the world of what if is just one click away. What if one day all the ice on Earth melted? From the towering glaciers of Antarctica to the frozen peaks of the Himalayas, imagine every last bit of ice turning into water. It might sound like a distant fantasy, but if it happened, the changes to our planet would be nothing short of catastrophic. To start, let's talk about sea levels. Right now, the ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica hold enough frozen water to raise global sea levels by about 230 feet if they melted entirely. That's like stacking 20-story buildings on top of today's coastlines. Major cities like New York, London, Shanghai, and Mumbai would be underwater. Coastal regions across the world would be submerged, forcing hundreds of millions, if not billions of people to relocate inland. This mass displacement would create a global refugee crisis like nothing humanity has ever faced. Countries with higher elevations might become overcrowded as they take in those fleeing the rising waters. Nations would need to redefine borders, and entire cultures tied to coastal regions could disappear forever. But rising sea levels are just the beginning. Without ice, the Earth's albedo, or its ability to reflect sunlight, would decrease dramatically. Ice and snow are excellent at reflecting the sun's rays back into space, helping to regulate global temperatures. If all that ice melted, darker ocean and land surfaces would absorb more heat, accelerating global warming even further. This warming would unleash more extreme weather events. Hurricanes would become more intense, droughts more severe, and heat waves more frequent. Ecosystems already struggling with climate change would face even greater threats. Coral reefs, for instance, would struggle to survive in warmer oceans, leading to the loss of vital marine habitats. Let's not forget the impact on freshwater supplies. Many of the world's rivers, such as the Ganges, Yangtze, and Colorado, are fed by glaciers. Without glaciers to replenish them, these rivers could dry up, leaving millions of people without reliable access to fresh water. Agriculture would suffer, threatening food security on a massive scale. Melting ice would also release trapped methane and carbon dioxide from permafrost, further fueling the greenhouse effect. This creates a feedback loop. More warming leads to more melting, which leads to even more warming. It's a vicious cycle that could push our planet toward conditions not seen for millions of years. But what about the areas revealed by the melting ice? Would there be any silver linings? Potentially, yes. Melting glaciers could expose untapped resources, such as minerals and fossil fuels, which might spark new industries. However, exploiting these resources would come at a cost, further damaging ecosystems and accelerating climate change. On the flip side, some regions might benefit from longer growing seasons as temperatures rise. Countries like Canada and Russia, with vast northern territories, could see an agricultural boom. New shipping routes might also open in the Arctic, reducing travel times for global trade. But these benefits would pale in comparison to the overwhelming challenges. Marine life would undergo a massive upheaval as ocean currents, driven in part by differences in water temperature and salinity, are disrupted. The Gulf Stream, for example, could weaken or collapse, throwing weather patterns in Europe and North America into chaos. Tropical regions might become unbearably hot, while parts of Europe could experience extreme cold. So could humanity survive a world without ice? The short answer is yes, but it would require unprecedented levels of global cooperation, innovation, and adaptation. We'd need to develop new technologies to manage water supplies, protect cities from flooding, and create sustainable food systems. Governments would need to plan for mass migrations, and societies would have to rethink how we use our planet's resources. Ultimately, the melting of all Earth's ice isn't just a science fiction scenario, it's a wake-up call. While it might take centuries or even millennia for all the ice to disappear naturally, human activities are accelerating the process. By understanding the potential consequences, we can take steps today to prevent this scenario from becoming our reality. Thanks for exploring the impossible with us. If you loved today's what if scenario, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an adventure into the unknown. Have a what if question of your own? Drop it in the comments. We just might feature it in our next video. Until next time, keep imagining the impossible.